Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. Have you ever got your hands on a Too Faced chocolate bar palette and smelled it and thought to yourself, I need a perfume that smells like this? Or a Physicians Formula butter bronzer. Oh, you know these smell bomb. Or better yet, a fresh tube of MAC lipstick, specifically MAC. The point is, have you ever opened a piece of makeup and you thought to yourself, this makeup smells so good, I wish I had a perfume version? Well, that is what we're going to be talking about today, because today I'm going to share with you guys some perfumes that I have in my collection that smell like makeup. And I specifically sought these perfumes out knowing that they smell like makeup because that is one of my favorite smells. Whenever I see a perfume has an iris note in it, which is typically a note that gives makeup, I automatically snatch it up. Like if I see iris in the notes of a scent that I'm blind buying, I know I'm most likely gonna like it. That's something a lot of these perfumes that I'm gonna be talking about today will have in common. A lot of these will have either an iris note or a violet note, and I find those two are the top two notes that automatically gives that sweet makeup-y powder-like kind of scent. When I say powdery, I mean that in the best way, because sometimes powdery has a negative connotation to it, and I'm not somebody that likes overly powdery kind of scents. But when I say powdery about any one of these, it's that makeup powder kind of scent. Smelling these perfumes, it's like walking into a makeup store, like walking into a MAC store or a Sephora or an Ulta or somewhere where they're actively doing makeup. It's that scent of like makeup and getting ready. It's so girly and I'm so obsessed with this scent. I also find it really sexy. So that is what I'm going to show you today. These are the top 10 perfumes that to me give off a very vibrant makeup-y type of scent. So if you're also into these kind of scents, then you're gonna want to keep watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn your post notifications on, and let's get into it. Let's start with the mother of all makeup-y kind of smelling perfumes. This literally is called Lipstick Fever, and this is by Juliet Has a Gun. So judging by the name, you already know what this is gonna smell like. Straight up, it smells like lipstick. It smells like a MAC lipstick. It's so sweet. This is such a sexy perfume. It's so red. It's like a red lipstick. The combination of notes that are in this perfume just give off straight up makeup powder. This has raspberry, violet, iris, patchouli, and vanilla, and also a cedar-like note. And I feel like all those notes coming together quite literally, I mean, they literally called this Lipstick Fever because it smells like lipstick. But not that, like, you know that weird floral kind of lipstick scent? I don't vibe with that. Like, you know the L'Oreal lipsticks? Even YSL has the same kind of lipstick scent that's like too floral and almost just like too mature, that kind of scent. That's not what I mean when I say lipstick kind of smell. I mean that more so like sweet powdery makeup kind of lipstick smell, like the scent of MAC lipsticks, which if you know, you know. MAC lipsticks smell top tier. So that's exactly what Lipstick Fever gives off. This is like the mother of all makeup smelling perfumes. And speaking of MAC, MAC actually has an entire line of perfumes that are inspired by their lipsticks. Not necessarily the scent of their lipsticks. I don't think that's what they were going for. They're more so just scents of the shades of some of their lipsticks. Like there's Candy Yum Yum, which is a really popular one. Then there's Creme de Nude. I believe there's Velvet Teddy that they also have made into a perfume form. Creme de Nude though, out of all the MAC scents that I've tried, maybe even Candy Yum Yum a little bit, but Candy Yum Yum is way more like fruity and fresh kind of thing. I don't consider that one to be too makeup-y, but Creme de Nude definitely gives me makeup vibes because there's a powderiness to this scent. There's like a suede note and just this leathery vibe about this, which I know doesn't really sound like something that would give you a makeup-y type of vibe, but there's something about this that this totally gives me makeup. Maybe the suede note mixed with the vanilla, mixed with the ambrette that's also in here. There's also a caramel note. It's very sweet. This one's a little bit more spicy than Lipstick Fever. Lipstick Fever is way sweeter than MAC Creme de Nude, but still something super lipsticky about this. And this is such a sexy perfume, by the way. It's pretty much just like a very leathery, intoxicating, deep woody vanilla that just gives off, I don't know, like backstage of a show, or like, you know what I imagine this is like the backstage of a Victoria's Secret fashion show where all the girls are like getting ready. I feel like it would smell like MAC Creme de Nude. Another note that very much gives me makeup feel is cherry notes, and Lolita Lampica definitely has that cherry note that gives makeup vibes. This one actually to me smells a lot like Lipstick Fever, just pretty much with an added cherry note, and that's pretty prominent in Lolita Lampica. I love this scent. I grew up on this scent, so every time I smell this, there's something so nostalgic to me about this, and it straight up reminds me of makeup because this reminds me of just the good old times getting ready with my cousins when we would actually be putting on makeup and we would be spraying this. So I just automatically feel like I associate this with makeup. Again, you have that combo of the iris and the violet in here. I'm telling you, those two notes are what you're going to find in any perfume that smells like makeup. If it smells even a little bit like makeup, I assure you there's either an iris note in that perfume or a violet note. There's something about those notes that give makeup powdery. I can't explain it, they just do. And another two notes that are honorable mention as far as makeup smelling is cherry and also licorice. That's another scent I very much find to be a lipsticky, makeup-y type of scent. So the fact that this one has all four, it's giving major makeup vibes. And very similar again to Lipstick Fever, and this is a lot cheaper, so this one's maybe like even a dupe of this, I would say. It's a little bit different, but same kind of vibe. This next one, take with a grain of salt, because I feel like when you first look at the notes of this perfume, you may not automatically get makeup because there's no iris in this, there's no violet, there's nothing of those notes that I just mentioned that automatically give off makeup. But when all those notes kind of come together in this and you smell them on your skin, it totally gives me that sweet, feminine, makeup-y sort of feel, and that is Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder. I'm gonna try to not move this around too much because it's a mirrored bottle, so I don't want to blind you guys. But Bronze Goddess is so good. This is such a criminally underrated scent. Why does nobody talk about Bronze Goddess? This is one of the sexiest perfumes, obviously, specifically for the summertime. It is like summer in a bottle. Like if you want to smell literally like a Bronze Goddess, you wear Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder. It's just the scent of summer to me, and I don't know how more people don't talk about this. And the notes in here are coconut, tiara flower, vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. So nothing that really gives off makeup, but I promise when everything comes together in this, it's giving makeup. There's a sweetness to this, the same kind of sweetness that's in Lipstick Fever, the same kind of sweetness that's in Lolita Lampica. It's almost giving licorice, and that in turn makes me think of makeup. Next up, I have Glossier U, which you totally would not think this scent would give off makeup, because what I just described in a lot of these other scents is a very much their sweetness to all these scents. But this one doesn't really have that much of a sweetness to it. But this is totally giving off makeup, and I'm just realizing that I'm halfway done with this, and I definitely need to get another bottle. This is one of my favorites and one of my most complimented scents of all time. This is one of those scents that just adapts to everyone's skin chemistry in a different kind of way, and it's almost like a totally different scent on each person. Now, what you'll find in this, again, you'll find iris and violet in this perfume. So we yet again have a combination of those two scents. There's also pink pepper in here. That's another note that gives me makeup. It's like a little spice, and that is totally giving makeup in here. This also has ambroxan, which is like that molecular vibe, which is what I'm saying. This is one of those scents that just adapts to your skin chemistry. This is more of a cleaner, makeup powdery kind of scent. If you're more of a fresh perfume girly, but you still kind of like that makeup-y scent, but you don't want to go in the route of some of these other fragrances that are a little bit more on the sweeter side, then Glossier U is the perfect way to achieve that. Haute Couture by Javoni. This is one of my go-to date night fragrances. I cannot tell you the amount of compliments that I've gotten wearing this perfume out to restaurants. I've gotten compliments from waitresses, waiters, hostesses, bartenders, literally anybody that comes in the vicinity of me while I wear this gives me a compliment. My husband loves this. Quite literally, he can attest to this. Every time we go out and I have this scent on, somebody is complimenting me on the way that I smell. It's just something so, this is literally me in a bottle. Like, this is my kind of scent profile. Haute Couture is just that girl. She is a boss bitch kind of fragrance. Not saying that I'm a boss bitch. But you know, it's giving fiery. It's, if you're a fire sign, you need haute couture. Let's just put it that way. And I'm an Aries, so I feel like this is very fitting for my sign. Like, this is giving Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Is that the fire signs? I think those are the 3 fire signs. Am I missing something? I don't know. Anyways, this is not a zodiac video. This again has this peppery spice to it, which is so intoxicating. It has a bit of like this leatheriness that gives this almost like a slight little smoky feel, but it has raspberry. Another note that I equate to makeup smelling. I don't know what it is about raspberry, but it's just like the sweetness of it gives me makeup. And just the combo with the raspberry, the pepper, amber, and sandalwood that are in here, all those notes combined give me something that gives me a makeup vibe. This one's a little bit richer than all these other ones, definitely stronger, but it's so good. And this is, by the way, the EDP Haute Couture. I know a lot of people prefer the EDT because it's a little bit tamer. I personally, I mean, I've never smelled the EDT, but I can't see the scent getting any better than this. This is 100 out of 10 for me. It's like, this is just one of my favorite perfumes of all time. So I don't really feel the need to get like a tamer version because I don't want the scent to be tamer. I like her just the way she is. I'm gonna sound like a broken record at this point, but like I already said in the beginning of this video, a lot of these perfumes have iris notes and violet notes in them. This one has a very prominent iris note. It also has pink pepper, and it also has ambrette. Unfortunately, this is a discontinued KKW fragrance, but you can find this on Mercari. There's a lot of sellers that are selling this, so I'm probably just gonna link some seller that is selling this on there for an affordable price. This is called Nude Sand by KKW. This came out in a little set of like a bunch of these types of fragrances. This was definitely my favorite because the second I smelled this, I smelled makeup and I was like, okay, 100% this is a buy for me. This reminds me a lot of, again, Lipstick Fever, Lolita Lampica. This one's a little bit more powdery than Lipstick Fever, maybe like a touch less sweet, but still has a good amount of sweetness in it. This just doesn't have those like fruity notes that Lipstick Fever does, but when this dries down, it literally is straight up makeup. It's almost like you just rubbed sweet, delicious smelling makeup products on your skin. That's what this ends up smelling like, and I cannot tell you how sexy I find this type of scent. Is this just me? I don't know, but this kind of scent profile just smells so sexy and feminine. But yeah, you need your hands on Nude Sand by KKW if you want just like the ultimate makeup-y type of scent. Next up, one of my all-time favorites, definitely within my top 10 fragrances for life, is Givenchy Irresistible. Much like Glossier U, this is another one that more so falls on the fresher side of the makeup-y powdery kind of scents. This scent is again a very highly complimented scent. This is such a wearable, everyday kind of scent. It's juicy, it's so juicy and sweet and fruity. Once it dries down, it has a touch of powderiness to it that to me equates makeup. And can you guess what note is in this? I'll give you a second. Iris. There's iris, rose, and ambrette in this. There's also a pear note that gives that juicy sweetness that you smell right away. But the ambrette, the iris, and the rose, straight up makeup. So good. Can't get enough of this. Irresistible is the perfect name for this because every time I wear this, I feel irresistible. It is an irresistible scent. I actually recently bought a backup of this because, as you can see, I'm like more than halfway done with this. This is just a little 1 fluid ounce. I didn't expect to fall in love with this, but now that I have and I'm getting low on it, I actually bought me a backup of a full size back when Ulta had like 20% off of their fragrances. This is one of those scents that will always be with me and always in my collection. It's like a signature at this point. I can't do without this. Okay. I don't think you need much explaining on this next one. This is Dolce Gabbana Dolce Violet. Quite literally, violet is in the name of this, so yes, but this one is definitely the tamest of all the fragrances that I talked about here. Again, it's falling on those more fresher kind of makeup-y scents like Glossier U and Givenchy Irresistible. It's that tame, more fresh, slightly sweet, still has sweetness, but it's not as sweet as some of these others. This is a perfect kind of scent, and the violet in here is so rich. Another note I find very makeup-y, especially when mixed with violet or iris notes, is blackcurrant. Pretty much any like berry type of scent, like deep berries, raspberry, blackberry, blackcurrant. They also, when mixed with violet or iris, give off makeup vibes. I don't know what it is, guys. I know I sound like a broken record. I'm just like repeating the same thing, but it just is what it is. And the 10th fragrance that I have on here is just this little guy. I have no idea if they make this in a bigger size, but Juicy Couture came out with these Eau fragrances. This one is called Decadent Queen, and it's literally a 0.5 fluid ounce. It is the tiniest little perfume. I don't know what this, I have no idea what this launch even was. Like, why did these scents come out in like the tiniest size ever? This was definitely my favorite out of all the ones. I remember spraying them all when I went to an Ulta. They had all the testers out, and as soon as I sprayed this on, I was like, oh yeah, makeup vibes, you're coming home with me. This has cherry notes, it has pink pepper, and it also has plum. So need I say more? This one is not as powdery as some of these other ones. Pretty much the only thing that's really giving me makeup vibes in this is just the cherry mixed with the plum and the pink pepper. But other than that, it's not too powdery of a scent, but it's really good. It has that juicy DNA, and I am a sucker for any juicy scent. I have no idea why they came in these just like tiny little sizes, because if they came out with the full size of this, I would totally be on that. And don't be fooled by this cute little tiny packages. This is a beast mode fragrance. Like, you really only need a couple sprays of this, and it is so strong, and it projects and fills up a room. You definitely wouldn't think so coming out of a juicy scent and coming out of a scent that's like this tiny. I don't know, I just feel like it's not giving powerful vibes, but it's a powerful scent. Lastly, I know this was a top 10, but it's actually a top 11. I always lie to you guys in these top 10 videos. I'm sorry, I just had to do it again. The last one that I have here that is very, very, very much makeup vibes is this Valentino Donna perfume. This is just the original Donna, not the Donna Born in Roma, although I would argue those scents also kind of give me makeup-y vibes. But if I focus on the ones that kind of give me makeup vibes, this video would be like a top 30, because honestly I have a lot of these types of fragrances in my collection. I'm just focusing on the ones that like really, really scream makeup vibes, and this one definitely does. And you want to know why? It has an iris note. This has rose, iris, leather, and vanilla, and the combo of all of those coming together gives makeup, and it's so sexy. Going out, date night vibes. You're just all dolled up, feeling your best. That's the vibe with this scent. Like, getting ready, all your makeup is out. That's what it smells like. It's Valentino Donna. All right, we are finally done with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, in the comments, let me know what are your kind of makeup-y smelling type scents that you have discovered. Leave them all in the comments, because if there's anything on there that I don't own, I will definitely be on that, because this is some of my favorite type of scents. I don't know what it is. Why do I love this type of scent profile so much? I have no idea. I just really, really do. I find these scents to be some of the sexiest scents. They're the scents that my husband honestly loves the most out of any scent that I have. So there's just something about these scents that really do well. Maybe it's the fact that they smell so feminine. I don't know what it is, but if you have any more recommendations that you could give me that give makeup vibes, let me know in the comments. But that is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!